Hello there YouTubers, time for a new video. And ouch, I got a shave there. It's a little hairy. Yeah, it is. But think about if you were a werewolf. That would be very hairy. And that is what we're going to talk about, werewolves. In this case, werewolf books. So I have some werewolf books here, collected, my collection, and we're going to talk about them a little bit. Not too much because it's not fun listening to that for over and over again in hours. So we're gonna do this pretty smooth and fast. Okay, the first book is He Ate My Heart with Victor Ahlgren. This is only available in Swedish. The story is about in Malmö there's werewolves and someone is bitten by a werewolf, and then he and the werewolf that bite him, they start doing killing people, but not every people. They kill the people who deserve to be killed. In this case, they made a guerrilla, like the killing only those people who are really bad. Famous song, commercial person, but Carlson is named there. I don't know what he thought about that, but it's interesting. Next book is Kelly Armstrong's Beaten, English Bitten. This book, they have made it as a TV series that is viewed on Space, TV and Sci-Fi and HBO Nordic. I watched some episodes online streaming, and I like what I see so far. The story consists of this girl, Elena, who is the only female werewolf, and someone is killing people on the werewolves, the other werewolves, where they live. A mutt, so to speak, they call it. Next book is by Roger De Silvestro, and the original title on this is Ursula's Gift. I bought this in 88-89. It wasn't the first werewolf book I bought, but it was pretty early. I later tell what the first werewolf book I bought was, but not yet. Here we have a book that is called The Werewolf's Guide to Life, a manual for the newly bitten. The book is like werewolves do exist, and it gives hints and tips on how to survive being a werewolf, if werewolves were real, that is, but yeah, you get the point. So it's a pretty fun read, and interesting that too. What if they were real? Yeah, you never know. And here comes something that would say that they might be real. And that is the legend of Beast of Bray Road. There's writer Linda Godfrey, who has made 2 books on this case. The Beast of Bray Road, Tailing Wilkinson's Werewolf, and then second book, Hunting the American Werewolf. And these are pretty interesting. It make you think, what if they are real, the werewolves? No, I don't think they are, but it's an interesting thing nonetheless. And then we have Christopher Golden, with prowlers. It's in English, no Swedish there yet. It's a very good book. It's quite bloody. The werewolves does horrible things. This also the writer who made Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Wow, and that's really cool. Then we have a book called Vargsläkte. It has no English title because it's, as I know, it's only available in Swedish. It's about girl that is a werewolf, but she doesn't know it, but her grandma is a werewolf too. So she come back to her grandma, and then something interesting happens there. She turns into the werewolf. It's a big spoiler that it is about werewolves on the backside here, but that doesn't matter. So, and here we come to the second werewolf book I bought when I started buying werewolf books. It's Stephen King, Cycle of the Werewolf, in Swedish, Werewolven så. This has very nice paintings or illustrations, maybe I call it. Oh, that is really cool. The paintings is really awesome in this book. That's why I like it very much. This is the third edition of this book I have here. I've had two others that was in bad condition, so I have bought new, and this is the third one. Yeah, and then of course I have to bring the Stephanie Meyer's book here too, because there are werewolves in these books. Some may call them shapeshifters, but if you read in the books, they called werewolves. So, yeah, stand my case. These are werewolves. So, of course, new moon, eclipse, breaking dawn. Well, yeah, they are good books. I like Twilight series. It's good books. And then we have a trilogy here, 3 books of Magnus Nordin. These are not available in English, only Swedish, and they are in Visby, Gotland, where there are werewolves in the books, and someone is very in love with a werewolf there. A person is in love with a werewolf, and that can bring some big problems, I'm telling you. And that is what is going on in these books. Big problem with werewolves and love. And then we have Benjamin Percy, and the original title is called Red Moon. They don't use the name werewolf here. Instead they use lichens, but if you read it carefully, it's the same very thing. I think they took that name from Underworld. But okay, that doesn't matter maybe. And then we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner from Azkaban. Now this is not exactly a werewolf book, but in this book, the third book, there is a werewolf involved, Professor Lupin. So that's why I bring it here in this collection. And then we have another of these complicational trilogy, but I don't have the third book, but the 2 first. This is called Shiver, and it's made by Maggie Stiefwater. Basically, a girl gets in love with a wolf. Okay, he's a werewolf, but a girl gets in love with him anyway. There's some Twilight vibes in this, but not as much. So Stephanie Meyer can't sue them for this, but there's something like that. And the continue is named Linger. You could believe it's fever, but it's called Linger. And in this case, well, I won't spoil it too much, but a girl gets some interesting things there. And then we have Errol Steen, Goosebumps. This is made for kids. So there's not very much blood in this story. It's called Goosebumps, Werewolf Skin in English. It's good for the kids, maybe. Exciting for them, but never mind. Yeah, and here's the book that got me started into werewolf books. It's Whitley Strieber and the good book The Wolfen in English, in Swedish Varulvarna, but yeah, in English it's called Wolfen. It's a very good book, awesome book, very scary. I have some thoughts that Strieber is writing about UFOs that he got abducted by in this book, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. I'm unsure about that, but it's a good book, and it has been filmed too under the name Wolfen, of course. The movie is maybe not that good, but it's okay, it's watchable. And then we have another book that is called Valvsnatt. In English, that's we don't have any. Yes, The Ultimate Werewolf. It's a lot of novels in this, werewolf novels. Some are good, some are not that good, but I say it's interesting stories, most of them. There's some that I don't want to read, I just take another page on that. And then we have Kit Whitfield, that's called Bareback, where you see about werewolves too. And in this book, it's the werewolves that is most, and about 4% is like humans. Well, that's interesting, but it's a good book anyway. And then we have a series here, a comic. It's Neil Gaiman's Only the End of the World Again. It has fancy illustrations. See? They're nice werewolf, wolfy. Yeah, okay, yeah, I like it. It's cool. It's a cool comic. And that was all for the werewolf books. See you next time for some werewolf movies.